All right, welcome back. We are doing lesson 98 today. It's called Geometric Solids. I have the book on the screen for you. If you want to get your own book, you're welcome to do that, but it will be all right here. We're going to stay on one page today, and your homework today, I think, will be, well, it will be easier than all the other homeworks that you've had so far, so it should be good for you. We are going to just talk about geometric solids, and by talk about them, really, we're just going to have to memorize them. But the good thing is you've probably seen a lot of these before, okay? So when we talk about geometric solids, we're talking about solids that have 3 dimensions, right? If someone drew a circle on the board, it's not 3-dimensional, it's just 2-dimensional, you would call that a circle, right? But what about a soccer ball? If someone had a soccer ball, you wouldn't say that's a circle, right? Because it's not just flat. You can hold it in your hands. It's 3-dimensional. That's called a sphere. See if you can find the sphere on this chart right here. Hopefully you pointed to the one that says sphere right next to it, right? So it looks kind of like a circle, but it's 3-dimensional. It's not 2-dimensional. Okay, so these 7 geometric solids are what you just have to memorize. Okay, so the top one is a cube. So it's like a square, right? But it's 3-dimensional. So think of like a dice. Like if you have a die, you would say that that is a cube because that's something that you can hold in your hand. You wouldn't say that if you have a bunch of dice, you wouldn't say, oh, these are squares, right? You would say these are cubes. So cube is the first one. The second one in this chart is called a rectangular prism. It's like a rectangle, right? But it's a rectangular prism. It's something that you can hold in your hand. It's 3-dimensional. Think like a tissue box. Kind of looks like a tissue box, right? It's called a rectangular prism because it has 4 rectangles. Okay, 4 rectangles, and then the end pieces are squares. Okay. The next one is a triangular prism. This is called a triangular prism because the 2 end pieces are triangles, right? But it's something that you can hold in your hand, so it's not just a flat triangle, but it's a 3-dimensional triangular prism. Okay? Fourth one is a pyramid. Think like in the ancient days when people built pyramids, that's exactly what they look like. That's probably the easiest way for you to remember that. Also kind of looks like a tent. Okay, next one is a cylinder. Think of a can of soup or a Clorox wipe container. Those are all cylinders. Or a Pringles can. If you guys like Pringles, I'm kind of hungry right now, so that sounds good. The second to last one is a sphere, what we already talked about. It's kind of a fun word to say. See if you can say it with me. Sphere. Don't spit on the person sitting next to you when you say that. Sphere. It's a circle, but something you can hold in your hand. Think soccer ball, basketball, right? That's a sphere. And then a cone is the last one. It looks like a party hat. That's the best thing I can think of. It's like a party hat. It's a cone. It's also like an ice cream cone. That's why it's called a cone. All right, we're going to go down to example number 1 and just talk about these real quick. Which one is A? It's a sphere. I know you can see the answers. Which one's B? It's a cube. Which one is C? It's a cone. If you could do that without looking at the answer choices, I think you will be ready to start your homework. Okay? If you could not do that, if you're still a little bit confused on some of them and it's a little bit hard, just pause the video and you can memorize for as long as you need to. You can stare at this chart or take a picture of it or write it in your notes or something like that. You can use your notes on the homework if you'd like. Okay? The homework is just going to be pictures just like this and then real life examples as well. Okay, you might see a picture of a soccer ball. You might see a picture of a tissue box, and you're going to have to know which shape that is. Remember, these are called geometric solids because they are 3-dimensional. Okay, good luck on your homework, and I'll talk to you guys later.